A woman cares about image. A man cares about reality. A woman cares about how she is perceived by people. A man cares about who I am. So why a woman is running around trying to fuse the best wig, the best hair, trying to put the best eyelash, fingernails, she's trying to increase the perception of people about her, how people think her to be, how people care image, her image. But man doesn't care. A man just wears his short knicker, came out, a very rich man, came out in Lagos Park, enter a car, Sienna, and starts coming down to Anambra State. He doesn't care about perception. He doesn't care about what people think about me. He's not interested in how people vetoed me to be. He only cares about who I am inside. Who I am, not who people says I am. And so a woman is direct opposite of a man in these features. That a woman is naturally by design very, very competitive in nature. And that competitiveness was designed by nature upon her to make her very selfish to take care of home. But a man is designed very, very cooperative and communal in nature. And any place in a family where a woman takes leadership, that's her selfishness, will run the family perpetually on lack of peace of mind. Because the desires for selfishness is never met. But when you are in the realm of cooperation, the desire becomes need and not want. Why competition makes use of want? Cooperation makes use of need. Wants are insatiable. Need are easily met. And so you discover most of the times when men are having issues, men can easily at a point say, let us come to resolve this thing, come together to resolve it. Like if there are two communities that are about to fight a war, they will send emissaries from your town. Go and speak into their hearts. Send them peace emissaries, and you will see the men sit down and discuss, and the problem die. But if women are allowed to take that community leadership, it can never settle that way. Because she cares about what people will perceive me. Her ego is in the forefront of her decision making. So a woman always wants to fight and to fight to finish. This is the same way that if you allow your family leadership to compete with a woman, her ego is going to be activated to fight you to the finish. So the best pathway or the ancient path is to bring women under your tight control and leadership. Not by competing with them. Because if you compete with a woman from now till tomorrow, you will lose. Because nature calibrated her to compete. The best way is to put her under your leadership. And the easiest way you can put her under your leadership is to be polygamous. What polygamy does is that it separates the woman from the man and puts the man as the leader of the house, making the woman to have other women in the house to compete with, no longer you. Because that which was created for cooperation cannot go in to compete with a creature created for competition. It's just like judging things that are meant to crawl by its ability to fly. Things that are calibrated to crawl cannot fly. And so the moment we understand this, we now understand the wisdom of masculine culture and our ancestors in putting women under tight control by practicing gender segregation, separating themselves from women so they can make decision of the community as men together. Many times you have issue with your fellow man, you know, discover a woman is fueling your ego. Don't beg. Don't even accept his apology. What will be your face? What will be my face if I come out and you have gone to beg him? After all the insults, after all he said to you, do you know who you are, my king? What she is doing is activating ego in you that will make you to resist the inflow of peaceful resolution. That's her nature. She was designed to fight. But a man is designed to cooperate. A man is designed to be communal. Check archive of histories. You will see brothers that are enemies for years. Like P Square. For years. Immediately they divorced their wife. You see the brothers came back again. Even though P Square issue is exceptional. You see people like AY and Basket Mouth, enemies for years, over 20-something years. They are just divorced. AY divorced his wife. The two became friends again. So who was fueling their ego before? A woman is always at the back telling you don't give up. Fight to finish. She was designed in that way. You see, men are communal in nature and so polygamous on issues. If you bring 100 men together, the 100 of them is going to live together in peace for years. They may not even know their name. You will just be hearing them saying Dani, Odogu, Wanna, Keije. And the two of them is cooperating. No one cares about who is bigger than others. Communal in nature, polygamous in spirit. But a woman is individualistic in nature and so competitive in nature. Monogamous in nature. And so, if you bring 3 or 4 women together as roommates, just give them 6 months, the 3 roommates are already enemies. So if you allow a woman to take monogamy of a woman to take roots in a society, selfishness, competition, individualism becomes the order and the norms of the day. And by natural default, the man is always going to lose in this setting because man is not created to cooperate. That's the reason why you no longer have peace in your house. Because you have gone to flash love with a creature that was born for the purpose of competition, and you think you will win. That's why sometimes you have issue with your wife. A point came that you even want this issue to be resolved, but she is no longer listening. The reason is because her ego is standing over the issue. It's no longer the issue. It's no longer what caused the misunderstanding. It is now ego in her, backing her and refusing all inflow of peace dimension. The only way you can bring that peace is to be polygamous. Impulse, don't listen to negotiation. If you watch in the law of physics, impulse is equals to force times time. Impulse is not equals to negotiation times time. No, impulse obeys force. Either you use force on a woman or you become a prey. You will walk all through your life to toil for a woman who never cares about you. So the best way is to be polygamous. Once you make that house to have 3-4 wives, she will have all the women to fight her fight with, and you'll be free, just like an electron in the nucleus, to take leadership of the house. A man remains equal with a woman until she add an extra wife. That extra wife is what separates the man from the house and puts the leadership of the house under the man's shoulder. You can't go there with a competitive woman and win. You see those rich men, if you go to main markets, they just wear the short neck, come out in the evening, and they are playing their drafts with their fellow rich. Those rich men, poor man, any type of level you are, once you come there, those rich men are playing drafts with you. You don't even know their level. At some point, they will be exchanging words of cursing themselves. If a woman attains half of the height of those men wearing those short knickers there, that woman will no longer mingle with lesser girls. The way she will even dress, put the gold in her ear, put with Von of 500k, so that any lady below that category will see her and venerate. She cares about image, how she is perceived. If a woman is walking upon the road and her slipper stare, she becomes frustrated. She thinks everybody watches her, even though nobody recognizes her. But a man cares about who I am. Who is EAD? Yes, sir. If you see our room, you see how we don't even care about what is inside the room. We care about who we are. Where are we moving to? We don't care about making the room to be a very beautiful place. That's how men live. A woman who is appearing on social media cannot stay in this type of my room. The difference is that I care about who I am. A woman cares about who she is perceived to be. Mana Hazela, Shalaska Hado, Shilaya Brahadozi. How do you think you can compete with this woman and win? I came with internal peace. That internal peace is gender segregation. What it will do is it will take away men from going to pet with a woman to do emotional attachment. Sex is different from love. You can have sex with a woman and not be emotionally attached to her. The problem began when you go to put your heart there. You will now come back and say they break your heart. Break heart or no break heart. How did a woman get your heart in the first place if you're not a fool? How did you give a woman your heart? At what point? Because you have gone to do love with an emotional creature, a competitive and selfish creature that your ancestors put under tight control. Begin to call your wife her name. If I catch you doing love, you are my enemy. Sweetheart, honey, better half. Those things are foul, provocative words that puts your leadership in contention. That makes you not to take. How can a better half be leading a half? Half, not the lead half now. Ibonyala. How can a baby be leading a fellow baby? Ibonyala. Only Nani that can lead in kitchen. Only daddy that can lead Choma.